visualized leading up to this moment. I think that's the best thing he can do making his debut, and just expect the unexpected.
Gotta say, I quite like the hair as well, Campbell. He's got a, you know, good dye, good coloring going on upstairs.
Yes, sir. Got the frosted tips going on. It's pretty popular lately. Charles Oliveira maybe started it.
The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a singular step. This 19-year-old making his amateur MMA debut. It is Micah Doise Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Bantamweight division, sponsored by Third Coast T-shirts. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a landscape fighter. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 135.3 pounds. Coming in tonight with no wins and 1 loss, and fighting out of Savannah, Georgia, Nelson Fernandez. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, a drunken kung fu fighter. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 135.2 pounds. Coming in tonight, making his debut and fighting out of Rockford, Illinois, Micah Doise Jr. And the referee in charge is Mike King.
Mike King, third man inside for this bantamweight bout. This fight brought to you by Third Coast T-shirts. Campbell, don't make it a first, don't make it a second, make it a Third Coast.
Make it a third.
The debut of Micah Doise Jr. Redemption opportunity here at APFC for Nelson Fernandez. Micah Doise Jr. in the red APFC trunks, Fernandez in the blue. Round 1 underway. Already pressure from Fernandez. Doise Jr. lands upstairs. Big swings from both.
Fernandez looking to throw that jab and sweeping in with the left hook and right hand coming right behind it.
And you think about one way to nullify a 7-inch reach disadvantage, it's come forward, it's get in the pocket, Campbell.
Yes, sir. Take that space away from him. It looks like Doise Jr.'s got more of a kicking game. Fernandez looks a little more hands heavy.
Oh,
nice body kick there by Fernandez as he stumbles.
Oh, spinning kick to the liver, then going upstairs. Doise Jr. got kicks for days.
Hey, for his debut, he's loose.
Very,
shots from
very
both there.
comfortable. Seems more like a Taekwondo style fighter is Doise Jr.
Front kick not there for Doise Jr. Good connection from Fernandez low. 2 minutes remain in round number 1. And Fernandez with all the pressure, David Evans.
Yeah, but Doise Jr. is still in this. I mean, you see his eyes, they're open. He's looking for angles. He's looking for openings. He seems to be able to throw kicks at the drop of a dime.
Beautiful left, whiffs on the right. Seems like whoever is leading the dance, Campbell, is having more success.
100%, yes, sir. I'm looking to see some more feints right now, though. Draw some reactions out of these guys and then, you know, hit them after they're reacting to these feints. But right now we're just throwing single shots.
Fernandez controlling the center of the octagon right now with Doise Jr. moving laterally on the outside for most of this round.
No grappling yet, unlikely if we'll see any takedowns. These guys are strikers through and through, David. Oh, spinning shot upstairs, partially connects.
Doise Jr. did not telegraph that at all.
Definitely a traditional martial art background on him.
And no fear in the pocket from either gentleman. I mean, they are sitting down on those shots, Campbell.
Yes, sir, exchanging reckless abandon.
Good low kicks. Doise Jr. landing, spinning again. That is millimeters away from connecting.
Incredibly fast is Doise Jr. You blink and he's thrown 2-3 strikes and he's spun twice. It's ridiculous.
Quite interesting in his amateur MMA debut to be using all that creativity.
100%. really easy to get tightened up out there in your first time. Not train like you do in the gym, but
some gamesmanship from Doise Jr. as well. Little matador emote from him to close out round number 1.
A little bit of showmanship, but he can back it up. Hard hits there by Doise Jr.
Rockford, Illinois representative Micah Doise Jr. has just completed his first round as an amateur martial artist, and David Evans, he looked good.
I am thoroughly impressed. He actually reminds me of Anthony Pettis. I mean, you think about the style, his Taekwondo style, his ability to strike and throw techniques from various different angles. I mean, and then just when it comes down to it, he can grin and bear it and throw some basic combinations and just put you in your place there towards the end of this round. The showmanship, he's fun to watch.
I was going to say, Campbell, he's pointing over to his opponent at the end of tagging him.
19 years old, this kid is loose. He has a really bright future ahead of him. Throwing everything in there right now, I'm very impressed.
But if you're Nelson Fernandez, how can you maybe get the momentum back on your side in round 2, David?
I think he just needs to pressure forward more. I mean, obviously you have to be careful with someone like Doise Jr. who can throw strikes from the angles that he can. But if I'm Fernandez, we gotta pressure forward. We gotta close the distance. We gotta get in the pocket and make this fight dirty.
Round 2 between these bantamweights underway. Good touch of gloves. Doise Jr. immediately launching a kick to the midsection. And going high, Fernandez stumbling. Doise Jr. showing him the confidence. Now, there might be a world in which standing and laughing, Campbell, could cost you.
100%. He just kicked him in the head, and he could have probably followed up with a couple more shots, but he decided to showboat a little bit. I don't know about that one.
Fernandez, nice pressure there. Partial sting with the right.
These fighters like Doise Jr. really need space to work, so just like David said, Fernandez needs to get on his horse and kind of just, take this fight to Doise Jr.
Nice kick there from Fernandez. If you are fighting a more flashy striker, David Evans, what would be the way to nullify all of those high-flying, risky maneuvers?
Much like Campbell just said, pressuring forward, and just constantly smothering your opponent and keeping them on their back foot. Fighters that are very elusive and dynamic in their striking like that, particularly Taekwondo fighters, can sometimes have a hard time throwing techniques if they don't have the space to, and they're uncomfortable being smothered. You have to make them uncomfortable.
Yes, sir.
Doise Jr., front kick. He's pointing and talking to somebody in the crowd. This 19-year-old. Oh! Fernandez dropped by Doise Jr. Now the kid going to work.
And the more comfortable Doise Jr. gets, the flashier he's going to get. I mean, we talk about showmanship, but you better believe that is definitely a tactical approach here. He's not only beating his opponent by skill, but he's taking the will of Fernandez with all of the showboating. He's getting Fernandez in his own head.
Doise Jr. might have more than one fight going on here tonight, Campbell, if he keeps enraging the crowd.
Yeah, if I'm Doise Jr. here, I'm really looking to close this space and try to get in on his hips and take him down or make this a dirty, nasty fight, because if it's pretty like this, Doise Jr. is going to run away with it.
And you look at the body optics, Nelson Fernandez just isn't really exuding any confidence here, David.
No, I mean, I don't want to say he's defeated, but he's definitely, fighting two battles, as you said earlier, the one within himself. And that's the only person that can get him back into this fight. He has to pressure forward and do what he just did. That is where we're going to see success from Fernandez. Moving forward, throwing combinations. Hey, let's go to the grappling. He's doing it.
Beautiful.
Doise Jr. and Fernandez exchanging. Kick in the final 15 seconds. Fernandez with an opportunity here to get some ground and pound off, David.
I mean, Doise Jr. did a great job, though, of isolating the foot there of Fernandez and not allowing him to build his base. I mean, that just shows you how dynamic and how many skills, his range and skills there. I mean, he seems to be able to fight from anywhere. If
we think about the scoring here, Campbell, do you believe that Nelson Fernandez will need a stoppage to be victorious?
I do, for sure. He's down 2-1 right now and getting damaged pretty badly, so it's going to have to take something drastic for him to come away with this one.
A 19-year-old that has seemingly come out of nowhere, Micah Doise Jr., looking brilliant through 2 rounds in all facets. Some people say confidence is the intangible of this sport, and he has that in abundance. But Nelson Fernandez has 3 more minutes with which to finalize a comeback.
Nelson seems to have a bit more spring in his steps coming into the 3rd round here.
Fernandez pressuring Doise Jr. Good on the retreat, circling out. Likely gonna spin in probably 10 seconds, if I had to guess.
Yeah, he is getting that space right now.
On top of pressuring forward, what I would like to see more from Fernandez are level changes. Let's threaten some takedowns. We cannot let Doise Jr. get comfortable here on his feet because we've seen what can happen.
Like you said, when he gets comfortable, he just starts going and building and getting more and more dangerous.
Doise Jr. going to the body and then going high, pointing. There's a left hook from Doise Jr. And Fernandez wanting to unload in the pocket, eats a right for his troubles, David.
Yeah, that was a nice check left hook. However, Doise Jr., man, I mean, he's just throwing punches and bunches, smooth, crisp combinations as well, too.
Just a brilliant level of timing. Jumping front kick nearly gets through, then a leaping left hook. 2 minutes left in this one, and Doise Jr. absolutely in the driver's seat, Campbell.
100%. He's doing whatever he wants right now. Doesn't feel like he's in too much danger at all, honestly. This is the distance he wants this fight at. This is the pace he wants this fight at. He's controlling it.
I definitely think Doise Jr. has caught his rhythm at this point. I think Fernandez, we got to see something different here. He needs to switch up his approach to the fight. He's outclassed on the feet.
Spinning wheel kick lands on the guard. Fernandez whiffs on the left. Just no answers tonight from Nelson Fernandez. Now exchanging.
It's just here exchanging and not just kind of sitting on his win.
On the feet.
Spinning wheel kick lands on the guard. Fernandez whiffs on the left. Just no answers tonight from Nelson Fernandez. Now exchanging. Looks like he's on wobbly legs as Doise Jr. retreats out and finds his way back to the center.
Cool to see Doise Jr. still taking chances here and exchanging and not just kind of sitting on his win.
Fernandez finds his way in the pocket, but he is busted open, David.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely wearing this fight on his face, literally and figuratively speaking. Doise Jr. just having as much fun as can be right now. Able to just land that leaping left hook at will, which is interesting. I mean, shades of Roy Jones Jr. right there, the way he just darts in and out and launches that left hook.
When you think about amateur MMA debuts, this is certainly one of the more impressive ones we've had at APFC. Micah Doise Jr. Just so complete and fluid, Campbell.
100%. He's got professional level skills right now. Just the experience is something that he has to get up on.
Fernandez tried his own spinning attempt. Micah Doise Jr. making fun of him for it. There's a good connection, though, from Fernandez as he finds his way stumbling back to the canvas.
Fernandez, he's going through it, but he's not giving up.
Micah Doise Jr., 19 years young and just electrifying the Greater Richmond Convention Center. Flashy striking, spinning, and finds himself winning here, Campbell.
Absolutely very impressive performance from this kid. 19 years old, he's got the brightest future out there.
And look at that, making sure that the hair is still looking good on the old cameras. I'd love to know, David, what was going through his mind during those 3 rounds.
Man, I think Micah Doise Jr. was absolutely nothing. I think he was in the zone. I think that's the best you can get as a fighter when you just become so comfortable or all your techniques are fluid. I mean, we see here in the replays, he's in and out of range, throwing combinations at will. Looked away before the round was even over right there in that instance.
And there was this interesting utilization of a modified Philly shell almost, Campbell, at so many times, which you don't see guys that are more kick-based maybe opt to use.
Yes, sir. He had real good rhythm to him on his feet, too. I mean, just his combinations, that he wasn't forcing them and rushing them either. It was, opportunistic with the punches he was throwing.
Only one definition for that amateur debut, and it was deeply impressive. Let's send it inside to handsome Michael Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. And all 3 judges scored this fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Micah Doise Jr.
Welcome to the winning column, Micah Doise Jr. He will return to Rockford as now an undefeated amateur mixed martial artist. Just did everything so well here tonight, Cam.
100%. I mean, the future is bright for amateur fighters. Obviously, if this is kind of showing what we're getting in the coming years. I mean, this kid's 19 and has professional level skills already in his first fight.
David, when you think about all of the things he did well in those 3 rounds, walk me through these replays.
Man, I mean, this guy was relentless in his striking, man. I think he did a great job of just playing with the cadence. When he needed to put his chin down and just throw bombs, he was able to. When he needed to be elusive and counter and throw combinations, he did just that. We saw the beautiful kicks, spinning attacks, and I mean, he just literally dominated his opponent, not only physically, but like mentally. He went out there, he had fun. We saw the showboating. He broke his opponent down in every which way possible.
Whatever is in the water at Team Ram, I want a cup of it, because boy, they've got it all going on. Interesting bout that we have up next. It is a